Hi friend, welcome back to our channel. Today I have a rare wax trash talk to share with you. It's pretty candle heavy. There's a little bit of wax melting that occurred and then also a candle revelation that I'm going to share. So let's go ahead and dive in with the candles that I have burned through. So I have two tea light candles that I have burned through. They both come from the Valentine's Day DW Home little sampler that I came across before Valentine's Day. I pulled these out a while ago, but it wasn't in February. I haven't been collecting them for that long. But the two that I burned were White Chocolate and Be Mine. Sadly, I didn't really get much scent off of either of these, and it sort of deterred me from wanting to burn the other, I think it's 7 candles that I have left from this little collection. I'm also not sure if I want to go through the hassle of popping the wax out. I'm not sure yet. I mean, I still have all of them, but it definitely cautions me. I was super excited about the idea of a little sampler, especially around a holiday. That is just very much up my alley, but this made me pump the brakes and question it. I think in the end, I am going to try burning them and seeing if any of them do outperform these two initial ones, but it definitely is a bummer because I like a lot of the scents on cold. There's a lot of, as you can imagine, rose-esque scents, which is super appealing to me. So I'm hoping to get some validation in the other ones, but we'll see. I'm also kind of sad to report another mediocre performance, and that's from Trader Joe's. I purchased 2 of the salted caramel and pistachio candles. This is essentially a Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom cream dupe. They came out with just scrub and their body butter last year, and then this year, I don't know if that was the first year they had brought that line out or not. I know there was a lot of craze for it last year. So this year they expanded it. They had candles, they had shower gel, and they have the scrub plus the body butter. So I went ham and I bought 2 because I love this scent. Even right now, smelling it, so good. It is such a pure and lovely, wonderful dupe scent. I just love it. But I will say, I bought these 2 knowing that I didn't love the previous Trader Joe's candles that I had. One of the things that I find interesting is these are single wicks. They're not very big. And they're, as you can see here, metal. I think it's aluminum. So you would think that would help this melt the wax pretty quickly. It did not. It wasn't until we were like halfway through that the aluminum could really get heated up and help to melt the wax. But they're just, as I've experienced with other Trader Joe's candles, they just don't have enough zhuzh for scent that I really couldn't pick up on them on cold. I thought about momentarily with the first candle lighting the second one in tandem and having both going to see if that would help. But I just didn't want to do that. That just felt unnecessary and a lot of extra soot to produce. So even though I love the scent, I will not pursue Trader Joe's candles again because they just don't have much of a punch with their scent throw and their performance. They take a long time to pull out. Like they just don't hit the mark for me. So they are decently priced, but the performance just doesn't stack up. I also have a Scentworks Toasted Pumpkin S'mores candle, which I have to say, I really love the glass. I love the imagery. I think this is a quality jar. Like it really does have a pop to it. It's just very elegant in my opinion. I like the whole package. The scent of this was fine. The performance of it, I mean, it definitely was a sooter of a candle. It's a 3-wick candle. And you would think with it sort of being a more concentrated center for 3 wicks, it's not this wide, circle that it has to work with, that it would have burned a little bit better. I just found that it took a while to pull out and the scent was present, but it wasn't necessarily super noticeable. Like I definitely went nose blind to it. I had a few the year that these came out and this was probably I'd say my least favorite of all the ones that I bought. I liked it, but it wasn't, oh my gosh, gotta have more of it. It lingered for a reason. So it was fine. I do believe that since this line or this season of candles occurred, the line has really gone downhill. So I haven't really explored it since then, but it was fine. Happy I burned it. Nothing to really write home about. And then last candle that I burned is the candle that led to a revelation. So I have a grouping of these. I think they're majority DW Home candles that have mostly been given to me as just general gifts, which is a nice thought. So the reason I sort of have gone down this path of looking into these DW home candles that I've been given is because after I had burned through all of my like seasonally appropriate Bath & Body Works candles, I was looking to burn other candles that were still seasonally appropriate. So I went to this category of my collection and I ended up burning the Fresh Air Delicate plus Clean plus Soothing. And it says clean and breezy notes float over sun, wash, neroli, and lily. As you can see, first and foremost, super sooty. This was all this like light blue glass and now it's black basically because it's so sooty. It was a 2-wick. The notes, I mean, it was just like a nice, soft, generic floral scent. Nothing super off-putting, nothing super amazing. It had no scent. And I burned it all the way down. And I don't know why, because it just doesn't, as you can see, it wasn't a clean burner and it wasn't giving me any scent. So it was like, what was the point of it? And then I moved over to DW Home's Fresh Squeezed Lemonade. Again, a 2-wick candle. And I like, this is a super yummy scent on cold. It's like a sweet lemonade. Very exciting. As you can see, I burned it. This is maybe like a full day of it being lit, and that's the only wax pool that I have, and it gave me no scent. So I was like, well, maybe we'll just put this one aside and try again at a later time. I don't know. And then, probably see where I'm going with this, I pulled butter popcorn. Do you see a pattern? Do you see it basically looks exactly like fresh squeezed lemonade? Same thing. Same problem occurring. And then I thought to myself, I don't want to burn these all the way down if they're not going to give me any scent, because they're probably going to be dirty burners and I'll have burned them for what purpose? Just the satisfaction of burning through a candle that I didn't buy and putting that soot into my life that I don't need for a candle that I didn't buy. So I have decided that I'm going to just declutter all of these candles. I have 2 more that I'm decluttering. I'm getting rid of the Calm Eucalyptus plus Bergamot Scented Candle to Ease the Senses Coconut Wax Blend from Sonoma. I don't have faith in you, Sonoma. I just don't, I mean, you look a lot like DW Home. I don't have any faith in you. And then I also have this one. It is the Adrian Vittadini Tuberose Blossom. I love tuberose, but this has had no lid on it. I've had it for longer than I can even remember. So I just don't want to do it. I'm not going to bother doing it. So I officially at this point only have 1 DW candle and basically 1 non-Bath & Body Works candle left in my candle collection, which I'm satisfied with. I know it might seem wasteful. I know it might seem not like a good choice in life to be getting rid of candles, but I don't want to go through the pain and suffering. I have so much wax to melt that I haven't touched while I've been on this unexpectedly 6-month journey burning through all of my candle stash that I've been trying to get through. So I would now like to just solely focus in on getting through some of that collection and enjoying that collection, because I can get pretty much guaranteed scent without soot issues, which is 10 out of 10 what I want out of life. So I feel good about this choice. Hopefully you support me on this choice. And if you don't, that's cool. It's still the choice that I'm going to go ahead and make. And then to wrap this up, I have a very small collection of wax melts. So I first have this clamshell. It is the Perfect Day Sun Drenched Blooms. I picked this up 2022, March of 2022. This is nice. I will say I liked it better on cold than I did warmed up. I think it read warmed up a little bit like cheap or not as sophisticated as I think it smells on cold. So I used it, it was good, but I wouldn't go back for another. And then I have 3 of my Super Tarts Advent Calendar. No, these are not from winter. I basically went through and opened all of them and smelled them and set aside ones that I felt like weren't truly winter. So I decided to go ahead and do them now. So the first one is day 3, which is pink gumdrops, unsweetened applesauce, and sandalwood. I have day 4, which was cinnamon donuts, chai tea, warm vanilla sugar, and Nilla wafers. And then lastly, day 12, black cherry, ice cream bread, and saltwater taffy. These are all good, but I will say I'm a little turned off by Super Tarts for this purpose, and let me explain. Normally, when I've had the advent calendars previously, I have cut up the tarts that are in the different days and been able to get a pretty good 2-3 days out of each half of the advent tart that I had received. That is not proving to be the case with this advent calendar. And for how expensive this advent calendar was, to not experience that, to feel like I have to put the whole tart in to get the performance that I am accustomed to for super tarts isn't great. And then I found with this advent calendar, which isn't necessarily anybody's fault, just my own preference, I didn't love half the scents that were in there. So for me, I'm gonna take the pass on the advent calendars from here on out. And I think what I'll do is what I did in, I think it was Christmas of 2021. I didn't buy the calendar because I had too much wax to melt. And instead, I just kept my eye out for the pre-order that they did post the advent calendar and just chose a few scents. And I found that that was really effective for me. So I'm just gonna do that going forward instead of going through getting all of the wax and then paying all that money. I think this was close to $100. Maybe I'm wrong. It was very pricey. So happy I melted them, but not gonna get it again in the foreseeable future. All right, that is it for me and this round of wax trash talk. I so appreciate you being here and chatting with me, and I will hopefully see you soon in another wax trash talk, because I'm officially moving on to exclusively melting in my bedroom, and I'm really close to exclusively melting back downstairs again, which should skyrocket the amount of wax that I am using up in the melting front. But that is it for me for now, and I'll talk to you in my next video real soon. Bye.